Feels like y'all just played South Carolina yesterday. What's the challenge in going against a team that you played so recently and with everything that's on the line too?
More importantly, it's just how good they are. They're so tough. They're so physical. They're so hard to play against. They pressured the ball so aggressively, denying leads. I mean, we had 22 turnovers in that game, so we were lucky to win. And we have no chance to win unless we do a better job taking care of the basketball, number one. They're tremendous in terms of their transition offense. They really are aggressive offensively. I mean, I watched the Alabama game. I got a chance to see the second half live when we got back the other night from Missouri. And, what a game. I mean, just watching that thing, that was like a track meet. And, but they're really tough. And they had a great chance to win that game on the road in a very difficult place to play, as we know. And Kyra Lewis just was incredible in that game, they do win. But it's a very daunting task to go into Columbia and get a win. And with their team, the way they've played, it's going to be a real war.
We'll go to Garrick here, front row.
Last time you guys played them, Kotzar was a big handful for you guys. Is there
He's
anything?
always a handful for us.
Right.
I mean, he had a career high down there last year. Then he turns around here, and I think he had 24 in that game. And he is just deadly on his jump shot from 8 to 18 feet. It's like count it. I mean, and I just watched him the other night at Alabama. The first three possessions. He scored three jump shots like in the first 5 possessions. He got into a little foul trouble, and that hurt them because he couldn't play as many minutes in the first half of that game. He's all league. I mean, he's on my all league team for sure. When you look at our conference, he's just a tremendous player and competitor, and to have that kind of body with those kind of ball skills, to be able to handle the ball and his feet. I mean, he's a handful, that's for sure. And that's I shouldn't say handful. He's a boatload. He's a big man.
Again, questions for Coach with the microphone to you. Let's go ahead and get it down to Logan, to the left in the front row.
And you've got back-to-back road games, at Missouri and at South Carolina, two of the further destinations. Will you change up anything with your practice routine, cut back any minutes, just to preserve some legs or anything like that?
Well, yesterday we didn't do anything. And that's the first time I've done that this year because we're at that point where I thought it was better for them just to have a day off. They did have to get a massage. But other than that, they had the whole day to themselves, which I thought would be really good for them. And, today we won't, go super long like we did before the A&M game.
Go ahead and get it to Paul.
Coach, obviously this time of year, a lot of coaches campaign for their team, and not so much asking you your thoughts on your team as far as NCAA tournament, but what do you think this team has to do to deserve an
Keep
NCAA?
winning. I mean, tomorrow's a quad one opportunity on the road and against a really good team that's tough. And it has the mentality of never quitting, never giving up, and they're going to fight you tooth and nail for everything. So, this is what it's all about. This is what, you go to play at the high major Division I level in the SEC for. I mean, it's this type of game. This is, you're playing for, a whole lot, both teams. And, so it's a great opportunity for us.
You mentioned after the game Saturday about Tyson playing like a senior should this time of year, and I think I saw Matt's notes. I think the team's like 40-12 when Tyson scores in double digits or more, and it seems like that stat is even more magnified with the fact how many y'all have won, like what, 10 of 13 down the stretch. He's been key
In the
that.
league.
In the league.
Matt pointed out that we did lose to Oklahoma. When I pointed out we were 10 out of 13, and I meant the league, but I was corrected. So it's 10 out of 14, actually.
What has it been about Tyson lately? Has he just been that sense of urgency?
I just think that Tyson's a really good player, and I think, for seniors, he knows this is his last time around. I mean, he's got 2 conference games left in his career, so he's given it his all. I thought his defense the first time we played South Carolina in terms of his helping and really team concept defensively was as good as it's been in his career. And we need that same effort at that end of the floor as well, because I thought that really helped us in that game.
We'll go middle to Brian.
Earlier today, it was announced Reggie Perry is going to be your nominee for the Howell Trophy. Of course, Q won it the last 2 years. What does that award mean around here at Mississippi State? Mississippi State has won more of those awards than anybody else. Does it mean, I don't know, just what does it mean for you here at Mississippi State?
Well, I mean, it's really special because, for me, it's the name of Bailey Howell is, hallowed ground around here. I mean, Bailey is, arguably the best player in the history of Mississippi State. When you look at his numbers, I don't think there's any doubt. I mean, you look at his rebounding numbers, it's ridiculous what he did, in terms of getting 17 rebounds a game. I think, in the pros, I love talking to Bailey. The fact that he had over 30 rebounds twice in his career in the NBA. I think he was a 7 or 9-time All-Star. It's one or the other. But just an incredible man, too. He's just such a kind, good person, such a great example of what it's all about, and has such a great understanding and feel for the game. And it just represents everything that's good about athletics and about basketball. So to have it be in his name and being a former Mississippi State great here, and I still, just am so sad that he didn't get a chance to participate in the NCAA tournament. And I think they would have won it in '59, the year that Cal won it. I think that was their year to win it. And there's a movie. It's a baseball movie about what the kid that hit the home run. I forget what movie it is. How would have changed the trajectory of his life. What movie is that? It's a very cute movie. Instead, he strikes out. I'm a movie buff, as you guys know, and it's like a real star. It was the star in it. But in any event, that might be it. Who's the actor?
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, I think that's it. But in any event, imagine if they had been allowed to play and we won the national championship back then, how that would have changed the trajectory of this program forever. So, and I believe they would have won it. I really do. I honestly believe that. I think Babe McCarthy did an unbelievable job when you look what happened. And obviously it's all about having great players. And they had, the number 2 pick in the draft right here in Starkville.
Go ahead, Tyler.
Kind of going back to Paul's first question, obviously last year's team was the first team to make the NCAA tournament in a long time here. Looking at that team and kind of comparing it to this team, do you think this team has done some of the things that last year's team did to deserve that nod? And if you look at this team, does it feel like an NCAA tournament team to you?
Yeah, I mean, I think we still have to prove ourselves, based on, what Joe Lenardi's saying. So that's really what matters right now is, I wish, at this point a year ago, we were safely in. But, bottom line is, we control our own destiny. Not only do we have a chance to get a tournament, we have a chance to be a double bye